Hello everyone, I'm Defudge3004. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy having you here, so sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. So last time we were here, we got the foundry going, and we actually had the foundry, but we got it going with coal, and we made some steel pipes. I have made a little change, and I'll show you that here in a minute. You can see that line's been cut. So we got the steel pipes going, and right now we have steel pipes in here. We do have quite a few of them, so that's good. And then in here we are making the versatile framework, because we need that to be able to go into our thing that goes up there, our space station thingy. So we do have that, and it looks like we actually do have enough coal for right now. That's going to help. So let me show you something real quick before I show you what I've done, because we're going to have to make some minor changes, at least for a little bit. What we have to do is, if I come into the hub here, and you look at like the logistics, which is fine, you can see that we need steel beam and steel pipe. Going to expanded power infrastructure, we need steel beam, and the encased concrete is steel beam plus concrete, so we need steel beam. And then if you go into hypertubes, steel beam, the encased concrete, and steel pipes. And of course there's some copper sheets. So we're gonna need all kinds of steel beams going on, and for right now I had to kind of figure out how I was gonna place it. What I have done is I put in another foundry right here. So I haven't built anything else. It is as far up as I can make it. It's almost touching this one, but if I move any forward, it is going to, and then everything won't work. So what I have to do right now is get a line from here to go around here, potentially here, and then raise it up over this and go out here this way. So I can do that. That's not that big of a deal. It's just I want to hook the stuff up with you so you can also see what it is that I am doing, because that, to me, that's always important. Let's go ahead and go see about hooking up this stuff now, because I'm going to have to put in a splitter right here potentially, and a splitter right here, so, and a splitter for this right here, because I'm gonna have to thread stuff around and figure things out. This is actually going to be a lot harder than I thought now that I think about it, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to make the coal come in to here. I can have one coal there, but I have to get this and that to work. And what I'm going to have to probably do is figure out a way to make this work out right. I got to work with this a little bit, see what the heck's going on. I just realized that I do have more problems here than I anticipated. So let me go see about doing a splitter right here, because I want that to be on that side. It's going to cause some clipping right there if I do that, but maybe what I can do is something like this. Hopefully it will work. I don't know, but we'll see, and we'll see if this is going to actually work out right or not. So this will hopefully go from here. It's not going to go into there. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. So what I'm going to have to do is take that out, go back into here, and go see about putting a splitter in right there. So this is all I'm going to be able to do. And this way is going to be super de-duper short. Okay. And then this way from here to here. Now, before I hook the coal up, I can hook the coal up through here going this way. That's not that big of a deal. It's this over here. I have to get the iron from there to over there, and have the coal also come into here, which is going to be the biggest problem. And I'm going to have to probably, I guess I could do a, well, a merger isn't going to work. I think I might have messed up just a little bit because I need another one of these. I need another foundry here somewhere because I'm going to have to make more steel pipes. And I don't have a lot of option here to work. And this thing is as far over as it can go without having to move everything else here. You know what I mean? That's going to be kind of tough. So, the coal is fine. I'm not worried about that. It's the other stuff that I'm really worried about. And however I do this, I really don't know because I'm not going to be able to raise anything up to be able to make this work. Let me go see if I can figure out a way to help this work out better. And I think I may have thought of something. Let me go see if this is going to work, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the first part done. So as you can see, I put these stackable conveyor belts up here. And now I have that going around there. Now that should allow me to get the coal into here and back into there. That should work out actually really good. So let me go see about putting in a splitter here. Let me put in a foundation, and I'll just use a hopefully 1 meter one. That should work. I don't know why not. Okay. Now I will see about getting the conveyors, a splitter, I mean, to be right here or so. So now I need to go back to here and just put in another splitter. Now this splitter, why? Oh, okay, I need cable. How do you like that? I'm actually out of. What's going on? I'm actually out of cable. I cannot believe I'm actually out of cable. That's crazy. So I've used a lot of cable apparently. That's awesome. That does that kind of surprises me, to be honest. Just whoa, not that much cable. Thank you very much. There we go. Just 200 cable, not 2,000 cable. Okay, let's go and put in a splitter now, and hopefully this will actually work out really good. So I've had to use my noggin here, and to be honest, I'm not too sure what I think about that. Okay, want to go like that. I think I'm gonna have to have that guy go in one like that just to make this all work right. Unless I extend this out some more, which I could do. I may actually think about doing that real quick. Let me do a little rework here. One of the problems that I'm having making this is from this foundry out to here, it will not build it. So it has to be that I have to actually just have it go right directly up to there first. And then I can take it from there to there. Okay. And then I can take this one and wrap him around there. It is a little long, but it should work. And then that way I do have a long enough area. Now what I can do is put in the splitter, and then now there should be enough room here for this to actually hopefully work. I'm hoping. Oh, I already had a splitter there. How do you like that? Let me get rid of that one. I kind of forgot that I even had that splitter there. Doggone it. No wonder why I was acting funky with me. There we go. That works out really good right there, huh? That way that's out of the way, and then everything should line up just fine. From here to there. From... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. I messed up. Let me do this again. So I realized that orange piece was facing the wrong way. Okay, I guess it was right. I just didn't realize it because I saw the orange of that, and so I was a little bit confused. Okay. And then I can take coal from there to there. And coal from there to there. Sweet. Okay, this is new. This is a whole new setup for me. So this ought to work really good. Now we can go ahead and begin setting up this, or have this one going again. I shut this one off so that way he wasn't, you know, pulling a bunch of stuff through. It is different, but it should work. Well, I see why the lines are going everywhere. This is very interesting. I may not be able to get through this way very easy, but I can always try. And then I can have a line coming from here and have one of those stackers going over there. And that should work, or so I hope. Now, let me go ahead and get this guy wired in, so that this guy will begin working. Okay, there we go. Now I can begin making steel ingots in here as well. Sweet. What I gotta do is get that going out here now, because now I'm gonna have to also make another one of these out here. Because if you go to these and you go to the recipe, then you can see we have the encased steel beam. What that means is I'm gonna have to have one coming out here somewhere, and then I'm gonna have to have the concrete from here going somewhere out there. And if I can maybe set up something, I could have a tractor actually deliver the concrete from there all the way over to here. It would be a short trip, but it would keep the concrete going, and maybe that would actually help out a little bit, huh? And then I wouldn't have to worry about it as much. So let me go see if I can set up a station, a couple of stations. I just have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this, because this is the room that we have to work with out here. There's a bit of room, and of course I can make, you know, I can always extend it out there if I need to, or even up on this area and, you know, extend it around different places if I need to, should I have to. And hopefully I won't have to, but if it comes to it, that's perfectly fine too. Now, what I'm gonna have to do is let's get this built first so I can have this go over that and come from there. Okay, and again, this is not going to let me do this no matter how far it gets, because it's right in the way of that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have enough steel plates either. Darn, I sure am using a lot of stuff. I didn't realize I was out of steel plates. I have something going, but I needed to go out and get wood, and I learned that it's amazing how fast you can perish when you're dealing with 3 or 4 of those boards all of a sudden at once. Yeah, you kind of tend to bite it real quick like. I knew there were 2. I bought 1, and then there was 2, and then all of a sudden I'm having a whole bunch attack me, and it's like, what the heck? Yeah, there were only 4 in one area. Nothing more, nothing less, just 4. Yeah, it was a quick lesson in don't turn your back on anything, anybody, anywhere. So, there's my death marker. Okay, let me take all. Thank you. Now, I need to go finish up this guy, so let's go get him. Okay, he's done. There are some other ones right over this hill. Right there. There we are. Oh. Borzikins. Hi, are you his brother? Sweet. Okay, now I think that I can finally gather some wood in peace and So I'm going to build another one of those places, you know, to make energy. Even though I probably have enough, I want to make sure I have an abundance. Looks like there may be another place out here. That's cool. Has some materials in it. We're going to have to go check this out. Let's go take care of this guy real quick like. Okay, there is another one around here somewhere. Ah! Look at that right there, huh? No, I thought that was one of those beasts. It isn't. Okay, it just looked like it. Let's go get it. Yay, here we come. Okay, I think we got the heck, is there more? Kind of seems like there's more, but maybe it was just the other ones flying around, huh? There's some more boars over there. Well, let's go see. There's some copper sheets. That's nice. Ooh, nice. Steel beams. That will help. Reinforced iron plates. We're getting a full inventory. And some regular plates. Oh, wow, that's a lot of regular plates. Looks like some screws. You see, I already have 500. Let me go drop some stuff on here. Yeah, got a mostly empty inventory now. Well, empty-ish. Let's go back here and let's go and get those screws. Now this was kind of glowing a little bit and I don't know what that means, but... Okay, there's some more reinforced iron plates. This is just less stuff we're going to have to make a little bit later, so... Open drop pod. Okay. Well, let's just go and see, huh? Ooh, nice. Alright, we got a hard drive. Now we have another hard drive. That works. I don't know if there's going to be anything else around here or not. Doesn't look like it. There's a doggo out there. But now I need to go and get quite a bit more wood. Okay, I think I finally have something going here. So, I put in a truck station over here. This is where the concrete's being made. And right now we have 294 concrete in here. It keeps on making it. And I also have concrete going into here. So that way it is taking it out of this one that we had right here. And it's using it to, you know, put it in different places. So that way we always have concrete, because if not, we're going to run out of concrete. I'm going to get a tractor in a minute, and I'm going to have it start here at this one. And then I'm going to have it drive over here. This is the unloading one. And then I'm going to have the concrete come out of here. And it's going to go into here. So this is going to be the one that's going to be making the encased industrial beam. And this one doesn't have any power yet because I forgot to put the power on. So let's go ahead and do that now before I forget again. Okay, there we go. We have that. Now, what I need to do is come back over here again. And apparently we're waiting for coal to come in here again. And we can have a bunch of the steel ingots from in here, go from there all the way out. Since there is going to be a bit of coal, as you can, that's the iron ore that got wrapped around, and of course the coal is going into both places, so there should be another load of coal coming right now. Cool. That means the tractor just took off a minute ago. And we should have coal in there. Now, what I'm hoping is I want to check something before I go up there to get everything going. Make sure that we still have coal going in over here, because we do need coal going into over here. We still do have quite a bit of coal, and that's good. That means it's still operating this, and this guy is still doing good. Okay, I just had to check to make sure. This guy's still doing that, and there should be a bit of wood in there. He isn't making anything because this guy really isn't burning anything, as you can see, so that's good. We'll just let him go. That's perfectly fine. And now let's get back up here, and let's go see if we can get a tractor going, so that way we can have a tractor driving between the stations. Then it will deliver the concrete. It's going to be a very, very short trip, but it should work. And I'm going to start here, go to Q, get a tractor. We have done this before, so this is nothing new. Okay, tractor is ready. There we go. All right, let's go put in some fuel. I am going to use biomass. And another thing that I have going on over here is in the fuel side. I have biomass in there. So once we get the tractor going, this thing is going to provide all of the fuel that it needs to keep this going, and hopefully everything will just keep on running really smooth. That's my hope. We'll find out as it goes. Let's just go ahead and drive the tractor. We will open a recording here in just a quick minute. I'm gonna have to get this over here, and let's get him started right here. Okay, we will do a open record menu, start recording. Okay, there we go. And then we will do F. Okay, there we go. Okay, now this should have a recording going on, and there we go. This guy actually drive right over here between these two rocks. For right now, we can always change it if need be. We'll go to right here. He will unload. Sweet. And then we'll just have him turn around like this, and we'll have him go right back to there. And go right up to here. Okay, now. That should work. Save path. R. Okay, we will do concrete. How's that? Save. Okay. Now what I have to do is also press V. Concrete. Load the path. Okay. Now, let me get out of here. And then again, I have to figure out how to make this guy drive again. Oh. Well, I just figured out something new. So if you click on the left button, you have a horn. Sweet. I did not know that. Okay, I forgot how to enable the autopilot, but I got that done. So this guy will now be running between the two places. It shouldn't take too terribly long for this to work, to be honest. Okay. Sweet, that guy got unloaded. Alright. Now that he has that unloaded, there you go. Just took him a second. Cool, so there's all kinds of concrete on there. That's awesome. And now the tractor will drive back and it will load up another concrete. And now this guy is going to be having a bit of this encased industrial beam. Because now we have all kinds of the beams going into there. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What did I do? I think I kind of messed up somewhere along the route, didn't I? Okay. Well, I guess I have to change things a little bit because I kind of messed up some. Well, let me go see what I can do. Okay, now I got things right. Now, what we're having is the ingots are coming from there. I forgot about the constructor part. The constructor is now making the beams. And then I have to actually do that. Okay, there we go. Now we should be having things right, or so I hope. Let's go over here. Let's go see how everything is running. Okay, I think this is actually going to work out a lot better once you do the right thing and you get things lined up right. This guy will be making the steel encased beams, or the concrete encased beams. Now what I can do is actually have another thing over here that is going to hold all of that, and I can have him maybe even coming out something like right over here on this side, or he could also just be going that way, but I think it would be better if we had him coming out this way. That way we can have a nice place for him to work at, and that should help. Okay. There we go. Now we have some encased industrial beam. Nice. Sweet. So we got our first encased industrial beam. That's good. We have a tractor driving between the two places, delivering the concrete. And now we have some more steel beams being brought over. Okay. Now, let's go over here. I want to go see what we can do over here, because we're going to have a bunch of those steel encased beams. That was a little more work than what I anticipated. Everything is turning into more work than what I anticipated, isn't it? Let's go to here. I want to go see what we need in, not necessarily here. Let me just go make sure everything here is still running. So far, everything here is still running, as best as it's going to, I guess. Did I drop all the wood in there? I think I did. I didn't mean to drop all the wood in here, but I did. And again, if these guys go out, it doesn't seem to be hurting anything, but it's always good to have more power than what you really probably need, but that's okay. So, in here, we need 1,000 versatile framework, and the automated wiring, I don't know. We're going to have to see about that. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how much versatile framework we actually have, but I do know we have some, that is for sure. Let me go into here, and let me go see how much we have. We have 150, so we don't have anywhere near enough. It's going to be a while before we actually have any of the versatile framework. But at least we do have the encased beams. Let's go see if there's anything that we can open up while we're kind of still here, and hopefully there will be. I did make a slight change in my plans. So right now I have steel beams coming out of here, and they're going to be split two ways. So I'm going to have steel beams going into here because I'm going to need steel beams for other stuff anyway. And then I have another steel beam going up here, which goes to where this needs to go. I was trying to figure out a way to do this, and you cannot put a splitter up on these. It will not work, at least not right now that I know of. Now, we have the double stacking one of those containers, which I you know, could have put in, but then I would be blocking a path for my things here, these right here, these steel pipes, if I wanted to take them anywhere else and have them do anything else. So, right now, is what I have is I just have some steel beams being made into here. So now this is working, but again, when I go over to here, one of the biggest problems that I have as I was looking through stuff and realized that I need the steel beams is anything in here is going to take steel beams. So the Logistics Mark III, steel beams. The blueprint fixes stuff, steel beams. This, steel beams, hyper tubes. Takes the tubes, but, you know, the steel pipes, but we can take care of that. That's not that big of a deal. It's everything else is take the steel beams, and I have no way to get steel beams. So I had to do a little bit of mind work and go see what the heck was going on. Something blue somewhere. Wasn't that one? Where was it? Was it one of these? Nope, it must have been one of these over here. Potentially. And it wasn't one of those that I know of. I don't think it was one of these. All these guys are doing good. There's enough wind there. I guess something blue somewhere, and I don't know exactly where. Unless, of course, there's one of these ones over here, which could be. Okay, it was this one over here. This one isn't producing any more energy. That one has lots, but for some reason... Okay, that one's producing electricity. Huh. Let me go see if I can figure out which one it was that kind of let go. And looks like... Okay, this one is just pulling too much power now, so I guess we're gonna have to hook it up to this one. Uh-oh, don't get run over. Do this one somehow, so that way we can have them all hooked up together. So let me go see what I can do. Finally got the power situation figured out. Since I blew a fuse, I had to build another one of these. And then the breakers kept on flipping, so I finally got things hooked up to where I think that it will work okay, at least for a little while. We're going to probably have to build some more biomass burners or another coal plant, and we'll have to get the energy over here somehow. But if we can build another coal plant out here, then I think that we should be able to keep things going, because we can always divert a little bit of the coal from, you know, this, because this thing is pretty darn full. And we could have the coal come out here. We could have another, you know, coal plant go out here or something. I just don't know if we're going to be able to have... Okay, there we go. There's a pipeline junction. We can put that in, and then we can have another coal power plant over here, because we're running out of power, or so it would seem. Every time I add more, it just causes more to happen. So, right now, it looks like he is doing pretty good for right now, but I keep on capacity. Okay. Everything is running good, it just kept on blowing fuses, and I don't really understand why it keeps on blowing fuses. But I guess that if we have to put in another one, then I guess we have to, and that's just the way that it is. Let me go get these guys out of the way before they stop the tractor from, you know, working. So now I think everything's going to be working. Once we start hooking this stuff up, however, that's going to change things again. And that might cause a little bit of another snafu. So in the meantime, we are going to worry about opening this stuff up later, because right now we're just not going to be able to, because we just don't have enough stuff. And that would be nice. We just need to collect a whopping lot of stuff. We can get most of this. It's just going to take a little bit. Actually, that one we could do. We'll open up this one the next time, the hyper tubes. And I don't know what the hyper tubes are for, but we'll figure that out. And transports, fix-it, employees. So we can go from place to place. Okay, well that's interesting. I don't know anything about that, but I guess we'll be having to learn as time goes about what all that stuff means. So we can maybe go between places a little bit easier than taking our, tractor or whatever everywhere. And I think this is actually going to work. It's a little different, but it is going to work, and that should be the best thing right now. So we just gotta wait for more coal to come in. It is coming. It's just kind of a little bit slow right now because there's just not enough coal. I did get a load and I brought it over, but the coal just cannot keep up with the demands of that there and this here. So we just need to try to figure some things out. In the meantime, this is Satisfactory. Thank you for joining me here. We got this going now to where we have the encased concrete. That's good. Or the case steel beams. And we also have a tractor delivering the concrete between the two places. That's awesome. And we also are making a lot more steel beams, and we have some raised areas going on to keep things going. Even though there was a lot, it was a major undertaking trying to figure out all of this stuff. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like on the video, and if you're new here, like what you see, consider subscribing, and I will talk to you next time. You have a good day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.